of those who have or haven't used Mr. English, how exactly do you use Mr. English in your day-to-day activities? Maybe you want to talk about one point or...
Okay, well, for the straightforward, it sets my schedule for the day.
Okay.
You know, I know who's coming in, who's booked in. I mean, that's its main function, isn't it? And again, we stumbled across a separate use for Mr. English. So as I was telling you, Aaron, I use it now as a secondary lesson. The feedback, that's its most wonderful point for us.
Tell us about that, some people aren't familiar with the feedback feature.
Right, well, for your existing users, if you're just writing good job, you spoke well in class, see you next week,
Right.
I think you're underutilizing what's available to you. I'll spend 20 minutes per student, 3-4 paragraphs, telling them what they did well, what they did wrong, how they can address it, and anything else I picked up in during the lesson. Your daughter's expecting a baby, and I hope she's okay, or I hope you don't get wet in the rain. All these little personal touches, the students like it. The other option is to separate your students. I always go to the login record to check in who's logging in the most. They get, it's going to be the wrong word, but the better feedback. Those who haven't logged in or might log in once in a couple of weeks, they get the more concise version. But they get at least a paragraph each. But yet for those who are logging in 3-4 times a week, it's an extra lesson. I throw in other grammar, other vocabulary, and they study it at home. They Google it, they go in their dictionaries. And if they can't, they bring it in. What did you mean when you said? And it forms part of the next lesson.
Oh, that's excellent. So
it's actually a teaching tool.
So you know that they're reading the feedback too. That's excellent.
Very good. And sorry, I'm just sidetrack here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear the bell.
Yeah, what's that?
That's the end of the lesson bell.
Oh, you've got a bell to...
One of the comments we got from the students as well, who took private lessons at a smaller school, she felt short-changed. The teacher was doing the lesson by his watch, and her watch was out of sync. You know, so just to keep us above board, we've got a bell for the start, a bell for the end. It's radio controlled, I can't touch it.
That's awesome.
That's your 50 minutes.
Does the bell starts when the lesson starts too, or just when it ends?
When it starts.
Oh, when it
There's
starts.
a separate bell for the start.
Okay, excellent.
I mean, we do teach over the bell.
Right.
A 50-minute lesson can become 55, an hour. But that's service.
Right.
You know, but they know I've got my 50 minutes today. So if you can invest in a clock or timer, just keep things above board, I'd recommend that as well.
And for the people who are in Japan, could you tell us your resource for that timer?
Yeah, that's key. No, that's Loft.
That's in the Loft. Okay, you went into Loft. Okay,
that's
it's
Loft.
radio controlled.
It's a radio controlled. It's got 10 different chimes on it.
Okay.
There's a chime for the adults. There's a chime for the kids.
Oh, there's different sounds for each lesson.
But the kids are on 45-minute lessons.
Okay.
The adults are on 50. You know, so the kids got their chimes.
Do you mind asking how much it cost about?
Approximately 20. So Niman.
A Niman, okay, about $200 US. Okay.